We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I want to jump to conclusions. I do that sometimes, and I feel like that is the root of a lot of my tilt. I'm like, boom, got him, easy game, drop the mic, and then he's like, but you forgot about this card, and I'm like, oh, cue facial expression, or, you know, there are just so many expressions. I gotta practice them in the mirror. I've gotta, like, make sure I have all my reactions on point, so if ever anything happens, I can whip out a good face. Or, like, a laugh face. If he does something silly, you know? So, Totem Shaman. Shaman in general gets a bad rep, and Totem Shaman gets an even worse rep. I think that this deck is the best Shaman deck, or at least top 2, and I don't think Shaman's actually that bad of a class. This deck absolutely obliterates Druids, it's not even close. It beats up on Warlock, especially considering a lot don't run Dark Skies right now, because they're running other removal-based stuff. And Priest, because Priest also only has 2 damage removal. So if you can pump up your, pump up your totems, or even just the Trick Totem can play around a decent amount of removal because it has 1 extra health. If you can get these to stick on the board and play Totemic Reflection, or even just pump them up with Totemic Might or Beaming Sidekick, you can very easily win games and then surprise burst them with Bloodlust and or Totemic Surge. It's actually a much better deck than people give it credit for, and it's so weird to me that people think it's bad. Currently with this deck, I know it's not the biggest sample size, but I'm 11-3 with it, which is pretty good. I've beat all 3 Druids that I've played, and I will talk about the or all 4 Druids that I've played, actually. I've won 4 games against Druid. It's really, really easily. You lose to Demon Hunter, you'll lose to Rogue because of aggro and backstab, and those are the 2 like really bad matchups. Druid, you demolish. Mage, you usually win unless they get like tons of freeze turn after turn, but even then, as soon as they don't have a freeze, you burst them. Paladin is you lose, but if they don't have a 1-drop, you can win. Warrior, you lose, but if they don't have Risky Skip or Armor Smith, you can win, so both of those are like meh matchups. Warlock, you beat. Priest, you beat. Shaman, you usually beat. And then, yeah, it's about it. So you have a lot of good matchups in my small amount of experience. I'm also relating this to, like, experiences from last season because people ran similar cards. Not exactly the same, but they were similar decks, right? Overall, deck has not too many terrible matchups, has a lot of good, if not at least playable matchups, and I would highly recommend this deck because it's also budget. I don't think there's really anything that's bad about this deck. The price is good, the win rate is good, most of the matchups are at least okay to good, and yeah, it's just a great deck. In terms of mulligans, Totemic Might, one of the 2 totems, if not both, and Totemic Reflection. Boom, perfect. The other 2 things is Guardian Augmerchant if you have the coin, so you can play one of these and coin him out on turn 2. And then Surging Tempest is just a good turn 1 play that if you have him, keep him, he's great. So yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And then one other thing, just throwing this out there, almost at 10K. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but it's super duper hype. I never really thought that I'd get to this point, and I finally have. It makes me feel like all of the work that I put into this channel and like trying to give you guys as good content as I can and trying to be consistent and answering questions and all that stuff, I feel like it's all kind of worth it, and it's culminating to this 10,000 subscriber number, which is like absolutely mind-blowing to me. But yeah, we have a pretty cool community here, so join it if you want. Anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's jump into it. So, playing a little bit of Totem Shaman, and I actually like this opening hand. Don't like Mana Totem, but the Trick and the Surging Tempest are both really good. Totem Goliath can actually also be extremely good as well. We just need to get one board to stick for like a turn and then try to burst them. And that's basically how the cookie crumbles here. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to draw into 5, 6. And that is the perfect one. We play Trick Totem just because it's a really good card. Ooh. Attack how many times? Twice? Splitting Axe does actually finish that side quest, so it's actually not useless. Which is cool. Which is really good. I think next turn to use my mana more efficiently, we just Totem and then play the Tour Guide. No. We'll do this in Totem. Get me healing, baby. Perfect. We didn't get healing. Animal. That's a good card. Trick Totem. You're spoiling me. Trick Totem. Come on now. That's just unfair. That's just brutal for this guy, man. Mi casa, su casa. I'm sorry. I don't know what's coming over me at this point, honestly. I kind of want to just play boom, boom, boom and flood everything. Like, what does he do here? Coin Brawl? If he coin Brawls, I restabilize with Totem Goliath and then duplicate it, and it's actually not even that bad. This just pushes a ton more damage. It also means my next hero power is free, so I don't actually even end up losing anything. And we just push a ton of damage. Random card. Let's see it. Be good. Drawing a card's never bad. I'll take a free just draw a card for no reason. If he doesn't have Brawl, we're chilling. Oh no, wait, that overloads me. So I can't play Totem Goliath. Oh shoot. Okay, kinda bad. Low-key bad. Coin Brawl is exactly what I expected, but I didn't realize I oh god. Okay, 5/5 or Trick Totem. Actually, I don't care what lives. It doesn't really matter. Not great, but it's fine. It'll do. We'll play both of these things and just pass. Drawing a card's not bad. We could Evil Splitting, depending on how he deals with this board here. If he doesn't do anything too crazy, we can just Totem Goliath instead. Wrench Caliber doesn't really matter that much to me. Does he kill the 0/3? He does. He's willing to take 2 more damage from the 2/2 unless he sword and boards it. Which it seems like he's gonna do. Aw, man. He's actually had some fairly good responses. I'm now kind of upset. Play, and then give it Divine Shield. Double Overload doesn't matter too much to me. We can just play another Totem Goliath, or we can play Splitting Axe, and work towards finishing that side quest over there. Upgrade, kinda cringe. Draw 2 cards for 1 is not bad at all. That's a good card. I'm really hoping to draw a Bloodlust soon, game. Just saying. Wouldn't mind drawing a Just saying. Wouldn't mind drawing a Bloodlust or Totemic Surge. Both would be very strong. Very strong. Just saying. Just saying. But anyway, Splitting Axe is probably the go-to play here. Does he hit? No, he can't hit and then Shield Slam. He hits face. Which actually I don't mind. Hitting face doesn't mean anything. I just get a Splitting Axe and another 4/5 Divine Shield, and then we got Bloodlust. Doesn't win me the game this turn, but I think it's fine. We'll do that and hit face with these 2. I could have just played another Totem Goliath and Evil Totem to get a Lackey, but I feel like this just applies so much pressure that it shouldn't matter. Anyway, Bloodlust basically wins me the game. I don't know how he really plays around this at this point. Brawl would be bad. But, like, even assuming just a 2/2 lives, it refills my board and you can't kill everything off again with 1 mana. So, I think we just out-tempoed him and he didn't have a response. Right? We'll see what we'll see what happens. I want to jump to conclusions. I do that sometimes, and I feel like that is the root of a lot of my tilt. I'm like, boom, got him, easy game, drop the mic, and then he's like, but you forgot about this card, and I'm like, oh, cue facial expression, or, you know, there are just so many expressions. I gotta practice them in the mirror. I've gotta, like, make sure I have all my reactions on point, so if ever anything happens, I can whip out a good face. Or, like, a laugh face. If he does something silly, you know? I don't know what he does here. Shield block, maybe, to gain some armor, or just nothing? That's it? That's your big play? That's just so weird, man. And then slam him for tons of damage. And then we got 3 claws for a future turn, which is also really good. That side quest was pretty good. That Trick Totem really came through for me that game. I remember last time I played it, it blade stormed itself to death. And it killed off its brother that I made with Totemic Reflection. So the fact that I got some good stuff this time was quite nice, actually. Dude, okay, actually, no cap, this deck demolishes Druid. If you can get it just even remotely off the ground on the first couple of turns. Double beaming sidekick and a tour guide. So it's gonna go tour guide hero power, and then trick totem, coin beaming sidekick, and then beaming sidekick another totem, and then we win the game. We're just really trying to get this off the ground. Taunt totem, not bad. Not perfect, but I'll deal with it later. As long as trick totem doesn't kill itself or do something stupid, which it can be known to do, or evil totem. For the memes, we'll do trick totem first, even though I think evil totem might be a better play. But it's just harder to kill. Don't troll me. Okay, it does nothing. I'll take neutral. I will take a neutral thing. Just not a bad thing. Bad would be bad, but neutral, I don't care about. Neutral's fine. And a bloodlust. This is huge. If he doesn't have a ton of ramp, we win. We need to play these on opposite ends with a lot of spacing in between. Why, you ask? Well, that's a good question. It's because if he has the thing that gets out a ton of... Why? Fine, you know what? I said I'd take neutral. I'll take neutral. But why, you ask? Good question. The real reason why I want this to happen is because if I do it this way, then if he plays the guy with cleave, he can't kill off both of my dudes, which would be probably the worst thing that could happen. Now, if he has it, it's not the end of the world. We just do this. We totemic surge. And we slam him in the face with a lot of things. Then we'll bloodlust next turn, because I don't think it's possible for him to kill off everything. Okay. Well, that's lame. Okay. Ooh, that's not bad. I don't even know which one that is. Ooh, that's a good one. That actually means it doesn't die to cleave if he plays the thing. That's super good. And then we just bloodlust and kill him. Like, there are some things he can do. Like, if he gets the... Wait a minute. It pumps up the health of my dude. Spectacular. Overflow, he's searching for something. What does he want, though? Is bloodlust enough to kill him this turn? No, yeah. He's just done. I get to generate too many resources. Even if I didn't have bloodlust, I'd be able to discover a spell. I'd be able to play another secret. I'd have potentially something else in my hand just to play in general. Like, overall, it just would have been too much for him to handle. And, yeah, once you start snowballing, you absolutely just destroy druids. So, keep Totemic Reflection. It's just a really, really good card. Dump the other two. Normally, I'd like to keep the Og Merchant, but if I don't have anything else really playable, I don't really keep it. Actually, I like keeping it on the coin, regardless, right? Because I can play a totem and coin it out on the same turn, which will then ultimately lead to it being more protected. However, that is not the case with this. Okay, we actually, I guess, have an Og Merchant, which isn't bad. We're not going to play it, but he's going quest, so that's good to know. Obviously, we're going to find that out when he played his first card. However, we knew like 5 seconds sooner. And information is key. It gives me 5 more seconds to figure out what the heck I want to do. We're going to play that. Ooh, it's healing. We'll pass. We don't want to make it seem like I'm committing too much by playing Totemic Might. I feel like overall it's just a bad idea. Which means that next turn it's going to be Totemic Might with Totemic Reflection. Sadly, we're not doing it on anything particularly powerful, but overall I think it's still very, very good. And I think Guardian Og Merchant with another Totemic Reflection will be really, really good as well. I'm going like this, and golly, it makes my forehead look big. But he can't kill it with Dark Skies, as far as I know. He could get lucky and kill off one if things go exactly as planned, but basically what's going to happen is we're going to Guardian Og Merchant another, Totemic Reflection that. It will then heal the damage that it takes because they're healing totems. Flappy, I don't know why the heck I did that. And we just develop a lot more pressure on the board, which is just objectively good. It's good in like every single way. I don't know exactly how he will play around it. I would have loved to have done this on, say, an evil totem or a trick totem. However, healing totem is the next best totem because it heals itself. And although you don't get spell damage, which I think is the next best one, you don't really have that many spells in your deck anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I guess because I have no spells in here, Taunt would technically be the next best one. I think the 1/1's really bad because it's so easy to get killed. But anyway, we're in a really good spot. He can Morg, Artificer, Coin, Nether Breath one of them, which I don't really care about if he does that because we're going to just duplicate one more. That's fine. We ignore the 1/3. We essentially just ignore this thing. We give this Divine Shield. We make another copy. We go face. We can't also play Storm's Wrath, but we can play it next turn. And this is just a ton of damage on board. He can kill off the 2/1, but again, we just have a ton of stuff, which is great for me. We can also then play the Totem Goliath, which means that even if he does wipe the board, we then have a board at the end of the day. And I'm trying to think about what he does to wipe my board here. I'm trying to rack my brain of all of the Warlock cards that gets run in a quest. And it's Dark Skies and School Spirits, the new one that does 2 damage to all minions. Neither of those kill my board. Kray's Netherwing comes the closest. Also, Morg, Artificer, Nether Breath does also kill off 1, but we'd just be able to kill it off the very next turn, so it's actually not that big of a deal. Weird champ indeed. They just get all healed up. Like, I don't know exactly what that accomplishes. He could coin Nether Breath one of them, basically. But they're gonna heal each other up. Like, this doesn't do anything, right? Like, this doesn't actually do anything to me. You just play him, or alternatively. So what does he do to wipe my board? What did I come up with? Basically nothing. Boom, and then these. Give the one with higher health Divine Shield, play this, pump them all up, hit that to kill it, and go face with these. And then they all just get healed back up to full. And he can't wipe the board until Twisting Nether, right? There is no hard removal for Warlock on turn 5 or 6. If it were turn 7 and he had the coin, I'd be more worried, and I probably would have played the Totem Goliath because he has a good death rattle. But as it stands, I don't think he has a play to beat this. I really don't. I'm racking my brain. Dude, this deck is so much better than people give it credit for. I'm literally stomping people in, like, Legend. This deck is currently, like, 11 and 3. With a deck people don't think are very good. Oh, this deck is phenomenal. I would highly recommend it. My god. Alright, so we've got the Trick Totem. We've got the Guardian Og Merchant to play on turn 2 with it to give a Divine Shield. We got the Diligent Note Taker to potentially get 2 Totemic Surges. Oh, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. We have really good snowball potential. Is it perfect? No. But will it do? Absolutely. It'll be perfect. Do I think he has a key or a way to wipe my board? No. I would have liked to have had a Surging Tempest to play turn 1, but that's fine. Basically, it's going to be boom, coin, give it Divine Shield. I could do it on Evil Totem. But Evil Totem hit Moonfire or hit a couple of things could kill it. Whereas a Trick Totem is at least a little bit more difficult to kill. And can cheese out more value. I'm not saying that it always will. It could very easily just silence itself right now. But it does not. Okay, kind of doo-doo. But we can actually play the Anubiseth Defender with Bloodlust, so if we want to play it more of a tempo-based card, that actually isn't even that bad of a play. That's actually not even that bad. I respect that. That's actually really good. So Totemic Reflection hit face, we just go for tempo. See what they give me. Sap, nothing. Penance, oh no. Okay, well that's kind of lame. But it's okay, we play Diligent Note Taker with Evil Totem next turn. Or actually Evil Totem and give it Divine Shield. He's pumped up a lot. But I would like to start creating some lackeys as well. I like lackeys. Okay, Trick Totems, don't screw me over. Okay, not bad. Give it to a Divine Shield minion. Perfect. I-Beam, okay. Could be have been better. Could have been definitely a lot better. No big minions, please. You got the ramp. Don't also have the minions. That's good. That's good. That's really good for me. And then he kills off the 2/1. I lose the divine shields. Is that big of a problem? Is it actually that big of a problem? It kind of is. It's not super, but it's kind of. Let's play this first and see what we get. Because if we can get Totemic Reflection before we play this, that would be great. Oh my god. Oh, that's just not fair. Oh, that's just not fair at all. Let's Totemic Reflection this and just go face. That's so big, man. I could just play this right now and not play Diligent Note Taker, but we'll save it. I'm gonna go face. Don't be anything too good. We'll kill it off to protect the Divine Shield of this minion and pass. Oh! Sick! Oh! Also sick. That does nothing, but that's fine. We can win the game, like, next turn, actually. We can straight win the game next turn if he doesn't do anything too drastic. Let's go, dude. This deck is absolutely phenomenal. I'm winning games in like 3 minutes. They have no response. I'm hard mulliganing. Yes, I'm getting kind of lucky. But even the game before, I didn't have an upgraded totem. And the game before that, I didn't have a Totemic Reflection. Like, things don't need to be perfect for this deck to work. It just constantly does. And everybody's playing a slow class like Druid. I think Paladin could be somewhat problematic for this deck if they have a good 1-drop. But if they don't have a thing to immediately contest the board, this deck beats Warlock, this deck beats Druid, this deck beats Priest a decent amount of the time as well. I'm just trying to look at the matchups. It loses to Demon Hunter. It might lose to Paladin. It loses to Rogue, especially with Backstab. But Warrior it can beat. Warlock it beats. Other Shamans it beats. Druids it beats. Priest it can beat. And Paladin and Mage are like 50-50 in my opinion. That's it, dude. This deck is surprisingly good. Maybe I'm just playing in a good meta for it right now, but it's been absolutely blowing me away. It's absolutely been blowing me away. I actually played against a Paladin one time and won. And then I guess that's because he just didn't have a 1-drop. So again, even the Paladin, if they don't have a 1-drop, this deck can win. Honestly, this deck is great. I would highly recommend it to people who want to play a deck on a budget. Clearly, it's been working for me. I'm like 11 or 12 and 3. I think it's 12 and 3 now, which is insane. But 12 and 3 is super solid. Wait, actually, let's check real quick. No, it's 11 and 3. It'll update in a second. Right here, boom. It's now 11 and 3. I was off by 1, but still 79% win rate. Destroys Druids. Look at all of these wins, man. This isn't fake. This is just strictly a good deck. So hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one.